Welcome to the first product update for 2025. Hope you all had a great break. Before we jump into what's happened over the past month throughout January, just for those that didn't catch it at the end of last year, we did have an extended product update as a bit of a 2024 wrap-up, showing you everything that we've released throughout the year and also looking ahead what's in the roadmap for 2025. So if you haven't seen that yet, jump online and check it out. But let's dive into what's happened over the past month. We've got some exciting updates to share with you. Firstly, we've got another new widget for the dashboard. You can now add a milestones widget to your dashboard that shows you those upcoming and overdue milestones. We do have some further widgets that are under development, so you'll see them coming out over the next few months also. Obviously, coming into invoicing soon for most businesses, we have tweaked the permissions there slightly based on some feedback. So the first change there is that users who can create invoices, they can now cancel those draft invoices as well if they need to. And we've also brought back a much loved feature, the ability to bulk delete draft invoices before they're approved. Another new feature that's been released is the ability to upload documents on purchase orders. So you'll now see that documents tab. So for instance, if you've got a copy of the invoice from the supplier that you want to upload, you can now upload that against the PO to keep a record of it in Workflow Max if you need to refer back to it in the future. There's also 3 new standard reports available. There's the lost earnings report, the hours analysis report, and now the job cost report as well. So check those out. In notifications, there's a couple of new notifications that have been introduced. The first is you can trigger a notification based off a job or a job task due date, so getting a heads up via email as to when something's about to be due. You can also trigger that based off a variance between the estimated and actual time. So if you've got a job that's got 20 hours allocated and you want to get a notification when you've reached, say, 80% of that, you can now set up that email notification to trigger. It can go to a team, it can go to the staff assigned to the job. You've got a couple of options there, some flexibility. Again, that can be based on job or it can be based at a more granular level on a job task. We've got 2 new features in the Xero integration. So the first is for our New Zealand customers. If you've got casual employees who are logging time in Workflow Max and you want to synchronize that across to Xero Payroll, you can now go into your Xero settings and export the sum of their timesheets for a particular period, fortnight, month, depending on how frequent your pay cycle is. Synchronize that across to Xero into your draft pay run, and then you'll be able to approve that pay run with their hours. So saving time there on having to double enter between the 2 systems. We've also got a new feature in Xero for controlling how your tasks synchronize across on sales invoices. So you can switch that to summary mode now, and what that will do is it'll sync across the quantity as one rather than the hours and minutes converted to decimal, which alleviates any rounding line items appearing on the invoice. So we know some businesses prefer that because of sort of their intricate setup. We've also launched a new feature in custom reports. In the top right corner, you'll see that there's now a filter button. You can click on that when you're viewing a report and it will slide out from the side of your screen and you'll see all the filters that have been applied to that report from step 3, but you can make changes to them as well. So if you've got the appropriate permissions, you've either got the report builder full access permission or depending on what your permissions are in step 5 when that report was shared with you, you can tweak the criteria. So you might need to update the date range. Or you can also add in a new filter as well. So let's say you're looking at a job report, you previously were just filtering by client, you might want to add in a status filter as well. So you can now click that filter button, it'll slide out from the side, add the status field, click apply, and then that will refresh on the page without having to go back to the report builder view. So check that one out. Another new integration that we've got available that was released in January is the SuiteFiles integration. That allows you to integrate Workflow Max with your SharePoint storage via an application called SuiteFiles. That means any documents you upload in Workflow Max will also go across to your SharePoint directory, or vice versa, you can upload into SharePoint and they'll appear in Workflow Max. SuiteFiles also has some really powerful features for how you can collaborate on documents with your clients, and we'll be sharing some more on that in the coming weeks. We've also got a new version of the mobile app available. There's a couple of new features in there that are very exciting. The first is that you can edit a job. So if you're away from the office, let's say you've completed a job out on site, you can now go in and edit that job, update the status, for instance, ready for invoicing. We've also rolled out the ability to edit custom fields on the mobile app as well. Looking ahead to 2025, definitely check out the roadmap on our website if you haven't already. We're publishing new ideas in there that are under development, so it's a great way to keep abreast of what's coming. It also shows you what features are available for beta. So those features aren't released into all accounts quite yet, but they are available if you get in touch with our support team to be turned on in your account so you can get early access to try it out. There's a couple that are available at the moment. The first is the HubSpot integration, so you can synchronize your client and contact information to HubSpot and also synchronize deals back to HubSpot as jobs when they're won. We've also got our scheduling tool in beta. This is a great way to easily see how things are tracking on your jobs. You can see the tasks, the milestones, who's assigned to them, what the progress is. all on a nice, easy to view Gantt chart. So if you want to check that out, also get in touch with support and they can enable that in your account. If you want more information on any of the new features that we've released or the updates from January, then head to our blog post, and we look forward to taking you through another update in February.